Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Euro area research escaping the exchange rate curse analysis http ntvforex.com news ID 3D90C094 2020 12:49:31 p.m. While the euro appreciation fear has made a comeback among markets and some ECB policymakers see ECB preview time for inaction, September 4, we remain skeptical that it will materially change the fortunes of the euro area inflation outlook. ECB research has shown that the pass-through of exchange rate movement has declined in recent decades, both due to the low inflation environment and the changing composition of imports. In euro area research measuring the euro area inflation pulse, November 29, 2019, we looked at the factors driving the exchange rate pass-through ERPT to inflation. Amid the core inflation items, it is primarily non-energy industrial goods (NEIG), which are sensitive to FX movements, with around 15% of items constituting directly imported consumer goods. The ERPT works mainly through durable goods, although the effect can take up to 2 years to fully work its way through the pricing chain. See chart for elasticities. However, the reality often deviates from the model estimates. When we saw a similar strong effective euro appreciation of 5.3% in 2018, import prices responded relatively swiftly, but the eventual impact on durable goods prices was much more muted. Various factors determine the degree of ERPT, including the pricing power of firms, the invoicing currency choice and the type of shock driving the exchange rate movement. In these crisis times, one could argue that coronavirus-related factors probably factor much more prominently in firms' pricing decisions than the pure mechanical impact of a stronger euro exchange rate. In 2018-19, the impact on durables inflation mainly came in the form of lower prices of audio-visual equipment, but these products currently also experience increased demand from the home office trend. Opposing demand and supply effects could hence lead to a more muted inflation response this time. Another important category are vehicles, accounting for 44% of durables, which also one could argue a benefit from increased demand on the back of lower public transport usage. In any case, structural changes in the sector will probably be more important than exchange rate movements in determining pricing strategies. Euro area economies with a smaller share of the euro as invoicing currency for extra euro area imports tend to experience a significantly higher degree of ERPT. However, although the cross-country variation in the use of the euro as invoicing currency remains significant, the overall share of the euro as an invoicing currency has been remarkably stable in the past decade and has hovered around 60%. Finally, the size of ERPT to inflation is also affected by the perceived persistence of shocks. The 2020 effective euro appreciation has been relatively broad-based, as the chart on the next page shows, and although we have recently raised our EUR/USD profile in the short term, we still look for abating currency strength on a 1-2M horizon, as structural and institutional weaknesses in the euro area come back into focus. Furthermore, the Fed's latest policy shift is also expected to benefit emerging markets FX more so than the euro. Hence, the temporary nature of the currency appreciation, paired with the fact that opposing demand and supply import prices effects are at play, could limit the inflation responsiveness in our view. Download the full euro area research. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me/mt5.expert.advisors.